how Tinubu has actually helped Abia, and okay, we'll get to that point.
I don't understand how Tinubu has really helped Abia State.
I wish he's here in the studio.
When we have a governor who oversees the responsibilities, activities in the state.
Yes, I wish he's here in the studio. I would have actually asked him, to mention one or two things.
I have tried to get across to you, the CPS, to expatiate on this angle.
Yes, if at all, maybe there is something that the federal government has actually been given to him to bring to the state and not to his constituency now. If there is something, you're from Abia State, take this in. Let Abians enjoy. We want to know, outside his own, jurisdiction, as the representative member representing his constituency in the Federal House of Reps. I want to know. That's why, because if you say Tinubu has actually helped Abia, I want to see those things that he has done.
In specifics.
Let
us understand.
Yes, that he has actually done.
If President Tinubu has been in charge of Abia State,
yes,
and then we would be questioning the election of 2023 that brought in Dr. Alex Otti as the governor of Abia State.
Seriously, I want to know. So that maybe we have actually been ungrateful, who knows, so that we thank him. We don't know that you have been doing this.
And one person shouldn't thank the president. It will not sound well.
Yes.
It will not look good.
Definitely.
It will come out as a family to say that this is it.
Oh, thank you. We don't know that you've actually been helping us this way. I want to get that point.
All right, Sam, I'll continue with your point.
Definitely.
We have
so many points.
Yes, we have the platform today, but we are being joined this morning on Standpoint to look at this development and other things happening in Abia State by the head, Abia PDP media team, Elder Abraham. A very good morning to you, sir, and thank you for joining Standpoint.
Good morning to you. It's my pleasure to be with you once again. Good morning, Abians.
All right. It's been a kind of sending a lot of these surprising notes to a number of persons in Abia State and across Nigeria. There are Abians who are in the diaspora, who are outside this country. They've questioned this development. Now, I know you've seen it, but the interesting angle of it is that monkey will not work and baboon will chop, that APC will not help the state to be strong and Labour will take the credit. You are aware of this development from the Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu. What is the party's reaction to this development with regard to what happens in Abia State, sir?
The statements credited to the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives is quite unfortunate. We celebrate him. We appreciate the fact that an Abian occupies that position at this time, and we respect that office. But coming to what he said concerning APC taking over Abia State is very, very laughable. And he did not support that claim with any syllable points. One, the question is, or rather, he based his argument on the fact that he is the number 6th person in the federal hierarchy. And being the number 6th person, that Abians should celebrate him, and the reward for that should be for Abia to become an APC state. The fundamental question here is, how many geopolitical zones do we have in Nigeria? The simple answer for that is that we have 6 geopolitical zones. And major political parties are known to allocate the positions of hierarchy in the country, beginning from the president, the vice president, the senate president, the deputy senate president, and other positions. The political parties zone them to these geopolitical zones. So if a man comes out to say that I'm the number 6, it's simply telling Abians I'm the last person. That the last position was given to Abians. The last position was given to Southeast. That is what it means. Because under the PDP, and if that is the basis for any state to become, if that is the basis for Abia State to now become an APC state, then he got it all wrong. If we follow that premise, Abia State should be a PDP state. And if you ask me why, I will tell you that PDP, when it held sway, gave the third position to a Southeasterner for 8 years. And Igbo man maintained the position of Senate President, the number 3 position in government, and not number 4, and not number 5, and not number 6. We are also aware that at some point, that the government of PDP, the PDP-led government, also gave the Igbos the opportunity to have, for the very first time in the history of our country, the chief of army staff, in the person of as at that time, General Ihejirika. We had for the first time an opportunity for us under democracy to produce an Igbo person as a finance minister. Our mother, Okonjo Iweala. We had other high-flying ministerial slots come to Igbo land, like Minister of Health at some point in time, Minister of Education at some point in time, Minister of Foreign Affairs at some point in time. So it's laughable that Mr. Deputy Speaker will be talking about converting Abia State to APC just because he is the number 6 person, without addressing fundamental issues. That fuel is now being sold for 1,000 naira in the whole of Southeast. That does not mean anything to him. That rice, which was sold for 8,000 during the PDP government and later 12,000 during the same government, is now being sold for over 80,000 naira. That does not mean anything to him. That a minimum wage of 30,000 or even of 30,000, which was able to secure over 3 bags of rice, under the PDP government, that a proposed minimum wage, which is yet to be delivered by the APC government of 70,000, cannot buy a bag of rice. That insecurity has taken over our country, including Southeast, that used to be very, very peaceful under the PDP government. Southeast was known to be the most peaceful region when PDP held sway. Today, insecurity has crept into Southeast, sponsored insecurity. That the Onitsha Owerri highway, which was constructed by the PDP government and which enabled motorists and other travelers to travel between Onitsha and Owerri in less than 30 minutes to 40 minutes, that today you spend more than 30 minutes in one military checkpoint on that same road. And these are not issues to him. And he is not addressing them. And all he feels is that the state should become an APC state just because he's one number 6 person. It is very, very laughable. It is very, very laughable. This, under the PDP, we have produced prominent legislators who add their voice in defense of Igbo, who add their voice in national discourse to promote the well-being of the entire Nigeria. The late Chukwuma region is one of such personalities. And of course, the distinguished Senator Ike Nwachukwu was one of such personalities. Of course, the ebullient Senator Mao Ohuabunwa was one of such personalities, and many others. He is yet to engage the national government on a discourse on how to improve the failed infrastructure in Southeast. He's here to do that. Today, Aba Ekotekpena Highway is a major problem. Umuahia Ekotekpena Expressway is a major problem. The Aruchuku Ohafia Road is in a pitiable condition. And he is not addressing these issues. The only thing that gets into his head is that he's number 6 person.
All right,
unfortunate.
I will allow you to continue, Elder Abraham. Given the fact that we all have rights rather in this country, don't you see it from that angle that it is the right of the Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives in Nigeria to have taken that path, and also in the interest of his party?
And also what?
In his party's interest.
Well, you see, when we talk about fundamental rights, we talk about the right to life. We talk about the right to serve the God you have chosen to serve. We talk about the right to go to school, that you have the right to be educated. We talk about the right to live in any part of the country you have chosen. Those are fundamental rights. You don't infringe on the right of people who have the right to choose the type of government they want, and the political party that will superintend their government, that will superintend their affairs. And then you say it is your right. It cannot be right, my dear brother. It cannot be right. It is not part of his. It is wishful thinking. Well, he has the right to wishful thinking. If you are talking about wishful thinking, he has the right to wishful thinking. He has the right to wishful thinking. He also has the right to campaign for his party. What he did not amount to campaign. What he did was trying to turn history upside down, to tell Abians that the major reason why they should vote for an APC government and change government in Abia State in 2027 is because Chief Ben Carlo is the number 6 person in Nigeria. And that for that singular reason that the APC should be rewarded. And we are saying, based on fact of history, that Mr. Ben Carlo, you are number 6. Number 6 is not good enough for us as a people. That once upon a time, we occupied number 3 position. And that we feel that we have a responsibility to occupy number 1 in the country. If we have the responsibility to occupy number 2, and his failure to address why Igbo should occupy number 1 position, or at the very worst number 2 position, is what I cannot understand or fathom. His failure to address that issue. Because in 2027, those are the issues that are most likely going to count. And of course, it counted in 2023. One of the reasons why the PDP government lost elections in most in most of the Southeast states was because the PDP as a party failed to give an Igbo man the ticket for the presidency. And I can assure you that by 2027, Ndi Igbo will, to a very large extent, give some reasonable consideration for any political party that will zone its presidency to the Southeast. And at the very worst case scenario, give reasonable consideration for a party that will zone its vice presidential party to Southeast. Anything short of that will be disastrous for any political party.
All right, Elder Abraham, let's still dwell in Abia State, where our focus is this morning on Standpoint. We saw what happened at the 2023 general election. The people of Abia State determined what is happening today by electing the current governor on the platform of Labour Party. The assertion of Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu, that's on one side. I believe the people will take indices into consideration, talking about what's been put in place by this administration and also the possibility of any political party to come up with their blueprints in delivering governance to the good people of Abia State. Do you see a similar thing happening at the 2027 general election? We are not campaigning, but in prospect at this point in time, sir, still happening, a change of administration, things going the other way, but the way of the people in 2027 in Abia State.
Well, democracy is all about the way of the people. So I will not converse anything that will be contrary to the way of the people. Anything that is contrary to the way of the people is a misnomer. It's not acceptable and is politically obscure. What we expect is that in 2027, the people will speak. And I know that a lot of factors will determine the action. A lot of factors will determine the action of the people. And as I said earlier, one of those factors is the party, that political party consideration, individual consideration, the person voting for the office, individual consideration, and then, of course, what that party has for Ndibo at the higher level of the presidency.
All right.
And the vice presidency. All these factors will contribute to prepare the mind of an average Abian or an average Onibo to determine how votes will be casted. And of course, actions of people who are in government today, the way they relate to civil servants, the way they can engage and sack at will, whether they are accountable or non-accountable in their actions, whether they follow constitutional procedures in doing businesses of government, like in award of contracts, whether they follow due process and extant laws, all these things will, to a very large extent, determine how votes will be casted. And of course, you know, an average Abian, just like every other Onibo, is a Republican, which means we have the right and the power of what it takes to form our opinion, not minding what our uncle, what our father, or anybody is telling us, that we have what it takes to make good judgment. And that considerations of these factors and several other factors will determine the way the people will choose to go.
All right.
Eldama, good morning.
Good morning to you, my dear.
Incorruptible Sam here. All right, I know, and they can't wish it away that you know, politicians will always represent their party, which you are also doing here. Good this morning. I want to say kudos to you. They talked about Labour Party, but PDV is actually taking it very seriously. I love that fact. But just like yesterday, we were here on air doing a particular program, and about 2 callers called in to say that the problem of the Igbos is that actually we don't come together to talk and represent ourselves. And Ben is actually representing the Igbos at the federal level. I don't know. Is this because I don't know when we will say interest now has actually gotten to the point where it's no longer what it should be. Do you think generally that our Igbo representatives there at the federal level are actually representing us very well before talking about interest that is not selfish yet but personal?
Well, to be honest with you, I feel that most of our parliamentarians at the National Assembly are doing a good job.
Okay.
For their people. They are doing their best under the circumstances they find themselves to represent themselves. And many of them will really want to do even much more they are doing if the opportunity is available to them. Irrespective of political party, I can say that many of to begin with our senators, I want to say that as at date, many of them are doing their best for their people. Colonel Akobondo, for one, is doing his best for his people. And I think other people are also happy with their people. So for the Federal House, I also think that our members are individually trying their best. I have watched a good number of them make presentation at the floor of the National Assembly. I have also watched a good number of them engaging their constituents. And the question is, can some other person do better than what they are doing, which is not within the window of the question you are asking. You are asking to know whether they are doing their best. I don't think others are doing better than they do in terms of when you compare the activities of Southeasterners in the parliament with that of Northeasterners or North Central or even the Northeast parliamentarian. I don't think that we can say that others are doing better than our people. It will be a discredit for me to say that. I will not say that. I believe that they are all doing their very, very best to represent us very, very well. And the incorruptibles, I also want to tell you that beyond politicians defending their parties, as a media personality, you should be aware of facts of history. You should be aware of facts of history and should be able to also come out strongly to say, no, that is not true. When I said that when PDP held sway, that yes, they allocated the number 3 position to Southeast. Distinguished Senator Nwabara at that time was a senator.
Okay.
And a few others at some point from other Southeast. So it's a fact of history.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of it's a fact of history. It's not a matter of a politician trying to defend his party. We maintain the 3 position. When I also said that during the PDP government that we were able to attract the position of finance minister to Southeast, we were able to attract the position of aviation minister to Southeast, we were able to attract Minister of Health to Southeast, we were able to attract other high-flying ministerial slots to Southeast. We were able to have an Igbo woman as the permanent representative to the United Nations. And that same Igbo woman later became Nigerian ambassador to United States of America. We had an Igbo man as the Nigerian ambassador to Canada, not the Nigerian ambassadors to Equatorial Guinea and the Nigerian ambassador to Uganda, which we are seeing in very, very recent time. We had Nigerian ambassadors to Brazil. Brazil is a major hub in South America. And Abians at some time was the Nigerian ambassador to Brazil. So these frontline countries in the Southeast Asia, at some point somebody from Enugu State, I've just forgotten his name, was Nigerian ambassador to Singapore. He was Nigerian ambassador to Singapore. So that is how good we had it under the PDP government.
All right.
So when the Security Council meets at that time, where the service chief come together, the Inspector General of Police, the DG of the State Security Services, and the Army, and the Navy, and the Air Force, we had our own General Ihejirika there as Chief of Army Staff.
Yeah.
So that was how far we had gone. And we are not seeing those things today. And then somebody is trying to use number 6 as a basis to campaign for converting Abia to APC.
All right.
That is why I said no, it cannot work. And that is not the thinking of an average Igbo man in Aba. It is not the thinking of an average Igbo man in Okigwe, in Ohafia, in Echiawa. That is not the thinking of an average Igbo man.
Right there, Abraham.
That is not the thinking. That is not the thinking of an average Igbo man in Ukwa East and Ukwa West. In Ugunabo, it is not the thinking of an abridgable man.
Elder Ama, we are due for a break at this point. We've been talking reactions trailing Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives' assertion of APC taking over Abia State in 2027. When we return from this break, we will look at activities and programs under this administration in Abia State. Please stay with us. This is Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Beauty is power. A smile is its sword. Beauty lies in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is all around us. So, if you want to look good always, visit Masters and Wands Cosmetics stores. It's new, it's exclusive, and a happening store in beauty products. We deal on perfumes and cosmetics such as body lotions, facial creams and scrubs, body sprays, powders, bath wash, and all kinds of quality cosmetics with affordable prices. Contact us at number 41 Fimbers Road, Umuahia, or number 28 School Road, Umuahia, all in Abia State. Call us on 0806 951 2773 or email us at wandsglean@gmail.com. Masters and Wands Cosmetics stores. Quality is our name. Signed, management.
Are you ready for a summer of fun and learning? Meridian Heights International School Umuahia presents Summer Fiesta 4.0, a fun-filled adventure for you and me with loads of sports activities and learning. Don't miss out. Join us now for an unforgettable summer experience. For registration, call us now on 0806 172 3904. 0806 172 3904. Come and be part of a summer that will shine in your heart. Meridian Heights International School, where the future is great.
Celebrating your family and friends has become cheap like a cup of tea, easy as ABC, and rapid like it should be. You can send birthday greetings and goodwill messages on Rapid FM for just 1,000 naira. Other events like weddings, child dedication, housewarmings, religious and government functions go for even less, 500 naira. Now, your loved ones have no excuse not to celebrate you rapidly on your day because all they have to do is visit our website at www.rapidfm965.com/request or call 07049 220965.
What a knockout. It is Rapid 96.5 FM, number one.
Celebrating your family and friends.
Let's talk politics, dynamics, and permutations.
It's a concern that we have for our country, Nigeria. So this is beyond partisan politics. Nigeria is on drip. Nigeria is on oxygen. And how can we get out of this? And these are the kind of people who say they are leaders of this country. What example are they showing as leaders of the country?
Let's keep you abreast with happenings in the polity.
I am an employer of the president. I pay the president's salary. I pay the bills of his family. And he must protect me.
All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time to see how best we can move forward. The interest of Nigeria is part of it.
Standpoint.
Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Standpoint, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on Rapid 96.5 FM.
More Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. That's right.
Yeah, welcome back to Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics on Rapid 96.5 FM. We are live on Facebook and YouTube at Rapid 96.5 FM. We have the head, of course, Abia PDP media team, Elder Abraham Ama. Thank you for joining us again on the program. We welcome back to the program, sir.
It's my pleasure once again.
Right, let's look at activities under this administration. Last week also, finally, the Abia State House of Assembly inaugurated the Aba North State constituency representative. I can still remember clearly how your party mounted pressure on the Speaker of Abia State House of Assembly and other critical stakeholders involved in that process. We've seen your publication, but let's hear from you this morning directly. Does this settle everything that has to do with that constituency on the platform of People's Democratic Party in Abia State, sir?
First and foremost, I must express the PDP's gratitude to the media, all the media, electronic, print media, and all the rest of them for being part, and the civil societies, and all men and women of goodwill everywhere, for being part of this struggle to challenge anti-democratic forces and then to get them to do what is right. You will agree with me that there was just no reason to have deprived the people of Aba North from having their representative in the State Assembly. There was no reason whatsoever. There was no justifiable reasons. In the last 14 months or so, the Speaker of the State House of Assembly tried severally to deceive Abians and Nigerians in general, and the general public, by trying to feign one excuses or the other. But over time, we have come to realize and to know that those excuses were merely products of anti-democratic minds who wanted to truncate the will of the people and intimidate the people and deprive them of their right to vote and be voted for, the right of the people of Aba North to vote for a representative they tried to deprive, and the right of the honorable member Aaron to be voted for was being truncated by the denial to allow him, after assessing his certificate of return from the empire who is saddled with the responsibility of managing that election, which is the only certificate and requirements of law needed for him to be sworn in. Today, we are grateful that eventually he has been sworn in, and we have sent our best wishes to him, and we have already informed him that time is not on his side. He should do everything possible to secure dividends of democracy to the people of Aba North. And then we have also informed the leadership of the State Assembly to make sure that all his entitlements are given to him. He should no longer suffer any kind of deprivation. They should do what is right before man and before God. Having said that, I think the Abia State House of Assembly is good to go, because all the 24 state constituencies have their man in the plenary, have their man in the House to speak for them and to represent them.
All right. What would be the reaction of the People's Democratic Party, Abia State, should Aaron Uzodike, that has been inaugurated to represent Aba North State constituency, defect tomorrow to any other platform?
Well, listen, we will not make any statements in response to what you have just said. We believe that the first thing is for his own conscience. If his conscience will allow him to do that, it is up to him. You are the question I should be asking you: what will be the position of the media in Nigeria, particularly your highly respected media organization, if you see such thing happen? So we don't expect it to happen, and I think it will not happen, even though they have always been pressure, not only on him. We have had pressures. There have been pressures on most of our House members, but we give glory to God that up to today, that all of them in that House are still standing. All of them in that House are still standing, shoulder to shoulder, with a party that gave them the platform to stand for election and be elected to the State House of Assembly. We are happy with them. We are happy with their leadership as being provided by Right Honorable Solomon Akolonu, who is the Speaker of the shadow government in Abia State. We are grateful with all our representatives from Abia North to Abia Central to Abia South. And we commend them, and we are aware that they have also received their brother Aaron Dike, and we believe that Aaron knows what is right for him, and he will abide by that.
All right, very quickly, we'll open the phone lines, but we saw in one of your publications that you allege the governor has been borrowing. I can remember the last media parley the governor had with journalists in Abia State. He reaffirmed that he has not borrowed. His administration has not borrowed yet. What led to that? How did you arrive at that? And then your views on administration in Abia State.
Well, we have, it's like talking about my views about the administration in Abia State is just like asking me to do a presentation of an encyclopedia in 2, 3, 4, 5, or 10, or even 1 hour. It's a very, very daunting task. But I must say that our greatest concern about this administration is their unfair treatment to civil servants. The way people are losing their jobs is not acceptable at a time like this. The way directors and other civil servants were sacked after being suspended, the only basis to suspend somebody in a civil service is a follow-up to a query. You must have given the person a query, and then after some time you suspend the person because you want to carry out an investigation which would not be interrupted by his presence. All these things did not happen. Also concerned about the monthly verification exercise that has subjected them to so much suffering. We are also concerned that up till now, that there is no kind of palliative that has been extended to our workers. We are also concerned that up till now, the government has not made a firm decision on the new minimum wage of 70,000, whereas even before he was elected as a governor, he did say that 50,000 is grossly inappropriate, and that Abia State has what it takes to do far more than that.
All right, I would allow you to continue, sir, but just to kind of react to what you've just said, talking about any form of palliative. On our platform here, and also we've gotten it, there are persons who have said in ministries or agency, either a commission, that they've received palliative in bags of rice or what have you. And talking about the new minimum wage, I'm coming, sir. Then talking about the new minimum wage, I understand that the governor is still working with the committee that he has set up to look into that matter. I don't know about your reaction when it comes to these.
My dear, there is no, you don't set up a committee upon committee. The minimum wage has been passed by the federal government. And this is the governor that says that 30,000 is grossly, 50,000 is grossly inappropriate for Abia. That Abia should be able to do more than that. So all we needed is not a matter of committee. That committee is, all we needed is to give the directive to the financial officers of the government, the minister, commissioner for finance, the accountant general, for them to do the needful and make sure that from the next salary date that this minimum wage is captured accordingly, and every Abia worker gets what. And another concern is the lack of accountability in awarding government contracts. It's also a very big issue.
All right.
That up till now, that we have not seen any media reports of any tender anywhere. Financial tender, no. Technical tender, no. It's a matter of gross concern to us. That, and then the most, of course, we are preparing a media talk on this one very soon. It's coming up very soon, where we have listed about 14 projects where government has spent over 100 billion.
Okay,
and they are not. They cannot be located anywhere.
All right, based on your a kind of establishment this morning that you're preparing a media tour, let's wait and see how that comes out. Then we'll pick it one after the other because we are up to our time this morning. We have been speaking this morning on Standpoint with head Abia Media PDP team, Elder Abraham Ama. Thank you so much for your time on Standpoint today.
Thank you.
All right, we appreciate your contribution. 09160,965 or 09160-333-965. You can as well put down your comments on our Facebook page and also YouTube page at Rapid 96.5 FM. Standpoint, it's good to have you join it this morning. Welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Your name and location, please.
Emenike from Isukwato.
Emenike, you're welcome.
You see, all these political maneuvers, they has nothing to do with the people who are concerned, the grassroots. Number 1 citizen, number 4 citizen, number 5 citizen has nothing to do with the common man. What we want is somebody who can now show the people, the masses, the downtrodden, that they are concerned about us. All these are political maneuvers. They are in the hierarchy. They want to hear their name. They do this, they do this. It doesn't concern us here. What concerns us is somebody who will be responsible to our needs.
All right, Emenike.
So, sorry. I want the governor to know that he's campaigning now. He's campaigning now. If he wants to win the 2017 or so, he's campaigning now.
All right, Emenike, your time is up.
The masses.
Emenike, thank you so much. Keep it within 1 minute, 96.5 FM Standpoint. You're welcome to the program. Name and location.
Good morning, Moses Ben.
Welcome, sir.
Good morning, Incorruptible Sam.
Okafo, Chinedum, welcome.
Yes, I am Okafo Chinedum. I'm calling from Omahe. In fact, I must be frank this morning. I have never agreed with Elder Abraham Ama like today. He has said it all. And what he said is just he represented my position. Number 6 position has nothing to do with the suffering of the people today.
All right.
Number 6 position does not guarantee who will take over Abia State 2027. I believe it's only us who knows about that 2027. I think the focus by number 6th man is to ensure that some of these policies that have afflicted the people is being changed. We are talking about ending fuel importation, which has been the major cause of our problem in Nigeria. And nothing has been said concerning that. We are talking about hunger. The other day, protest was held.
The time is up, Okafor.
Advised us not to come out. Of course, Igbo decided not to come out. And up till now, there has never been any press statement from his office to address the people.
All right, Okafor, your time is up,
These are
Okafor.
the things we are expecting from our leaders.
All right.
Who meant well for us. And
thank you, Okafor. Your point has been noted. Thank you so much for understanding. Let's give similar opportunity to the next person on Alliance. Good morning and welcome to Standpoint.
See, it doesn't matter the traditional gunshot you had. But the most important thing, the reason of it being established.
Hello?
And Uncle Table Sam.
Welcome.
And other guests here.
John Casey, welcome.
John Casey guy, or they go for me, and they represent it. See, what I'm saying is, we are not here. Our concern, our interest is not for you. As just Deputy Speaker have said, that you're going to make sure that the Labour will no longer experience governor in other states. You're going to defect. That's his own assertion. But I want to tell you that the most important thing is the interest of the people. As a Deputy Speaker, he was even claiming that, yes, you are number 6, which is not supposed to. Number 6, as you are, we're supposed to be at least holding position of number 3 in Nigeria. But number 6 are people away from Southeast. You are not saying that you are going to take either.
All right, Don Casey guy, your time is up. Round of your thoughts.
Please, use your energy channels. Go and tell Mr. President that we are not happy that Arab presidential jet.
Oh, we lost connection with him. Please keep it within the allotted time. 09160,965 or 09160-333-965, 96.5 FM Standpoint. You're welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Ben.
Welcome, sir. Your name and location.
My name is Mr. Chijoki. I want to say that the issue of Ben Carlo cannot be over-discussed. I am speaking on a personal note. For me,
Ben Carlo representing Bende local government as a federal constituency, and he has never done anything that warrants us to say he's representing. He just made a comment, and it's left for Abians to reply him, and I am happy that Abians are replying to him now.
All right, Don Casey.
Government of Abia State. So we are not interested.
All right.
Carlo is still too small to talk about Abia State
your time,
because he's just a representative.
Your time is up, sir. All right.
He has not.
Thank you. We appreciate your contribution. Good morning and thank you for joining Standpoint. Okay, we lost that call. On our Facebook page, we have this one from Steven Ugochukwu. Good morning, everyone. Those knocking Ben Kalu for revealing his position on Abia politics are inexperienced. Alex Oti is free to choose any platform to satisfy his political quest. Real political sovereignty belongs to the people. When it's time, Abians shall do the needful. It won't be business as usual because we are more politically conscious. Mr. Governor, Abia workers are suffering under your watch. They are not pleased with your administration. Just one before we get it done or rounded off this morning. You're welcome to Standpoint. Good morning.
Hello.
Your name and location, please. You have less than 1 minute.
I'm about to conclude my decision before.
Oh, I'm sorry. You had okay.
Don Casey.
Okay, Don Casey guy. You made your point anyway. Besides that, you exceeded at the time allotted to you this morning. Incorruptible Sam will dwell on this issue.
Yeah.
So that at the end of the day, Ben Kalu will come and clarify the matter. Ibeku.
Egwasa.
Ibeku.
Egwasa.
Ibeku. The Chief Medical Director of Federal Medical Center Umahia, Professor Azubike. Very good morning to you, sir.
Morning, my brother.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Moses Ben. My other brother in the house.
We wish you a sound health, and then the sole prayer is that may God continue to bless you with the sound state of health for you to continue your good works and keep impacting the society.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm sorry we had to come through the Ibeku thing. Of course, we know you are the sponsor of that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a proud Ibeku son.
Definitely. And
you must come from somewhere before you become a Nigerian.
Yeah. And we are so happy for you. Many more years ahead. This is Incorruptible Sam.
Incorruptible Sam, I hail you.
Yeah,
I greet you.
I greet you,
Continue
sir.
the good work. Yes.
I greet you, sir. And also, your people are not here in the studio, but I want to, as the anchor of that program, Ibeku Egwasa program that comes every Friday. Let me personally thank you for what you have actually been doing, making sure that your brothers and sisters will be here, discussing on so many areas as it has to do with what Ibeku is actually representing in Abia State. We so much appreciate you. I'm proud of you. Yes, I'm not from Ibeku, but I'm proud of you for what you are doing for your people.
Thank you.
Many more years ahead to you, CMD.
Amen. Amen. Thank
Once
you.
again, Professor Azubike, CMD, Federal Medical Center Umahia. Happy birthday to you.
I appreciate this call, Moses Ben. Thank you, and continue the good work. Thank you.
Give us the location, sir. We'll land.
We'll turn up.
I'm busy in the Ministry of Health at the moment.
Okay, we'll come take our drug. We'll come take our drug too. Thank you so much.
No problem. Come and take your drug later.
That's how far we can come on to this edition of the program Standpoint. Incorruptible Sam.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so
My
much.
name is Moses Ben.
Following information is sponsored by Anedo Universal Solutions Limited.